Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session of live counter review using technical analysis. For today, the flow will be same as per usual. First up, I'll go through the economic calendar. Then next, I'll talk about the indices and commodities. Then afterwards will be some of the sectors like the FAANGM, US Bank, Semicons, and EV. And last but not least will be the counters that you have dropped in the Q&A chat below. So for the Q&A later, I'll go through the US counters first. Then if time permits, I'll talk about Singapore and Hong Kong counters thereafter. Okay, so first up, economic calendar. Tomorrow we will have a retail sales at 8:30 p.m. Then there's also industrial production data at 9:15 p.m. Okay, afterward we have Fed Logan speaking at 10 p.m. On Wednesday we have the usual crude oil inventories at 10:30 p.m. Okay, Thursday will be the important event, which is the FOMC. That's at 2 a.m. Then we have the usual press conference at 2:30 a.m. Um, at 8:30 p.m., there's also the usual jobless claims data, coupled with the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, which is also out at 8:30 p.m. Then we have existing home sales data at 10 p.m. Okay, then on Friday we'll have the Fed balance sheet at 4:30 a.m. Yeah, so the key event for this week will be FOMC at which is on Thursday 2 a.m. Okay, then I'll talk about the indices and commodities. So first up, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, I think there's some strength currently. So because price last week we saw that at this key level, which is the 58,000 level over here, previously where price broke down this level, last week it did a recovery back above it. So after some consolidation on Friday, we saw a breakout above it. Currently, then it looks like it's trying to do a back test of it. So I think over here, if we find support at this 58,000 level, we could see Bitcoin continue to go a bit higher in the near term. Yeah. Then for now, some near term resistance will be this previous area close to 61K. Previously, it was this this range consolidation resistance over here. And then so the likelihood is that will be the current resistance. So for now, Bitcoin, let's see whether this level we broke out on Friday from this backtest will be able to act as support or not. Next one I'll talk about is Dow Jones. So for Dow Jones, I think we are still in a bit of a range consolidation looking at the current chart. Price is still finding some resistance above 41.4K, but then we are seeing quite good support coming in whenever price is around 40.6K this level. And then I think for now, yeah, we also closed out this gap over here, this price gap. When last Wednesday there was this, we had this long lower wick, and then price formed a hammer on the day itself. And then afterwards, we are seeing some momentum upwards. So I think for now we could see a retest of these highs around here, around 41.5K level. Yeah, then I think if we see a lower high being formed with, let's say, price remaining above this 41K level, we could possibly see a breakout happening afterwards. Yeah, given that we are still in a bit of a range consolidation for time being. Yeah, then for that, the next resistance level probably around 42,000 to 45, sorry, 42,000 to 42.5 K level for Dow. Okay, then next one is Nasdaq. Yeah, Nasdaq also, I think we are seeing some rebound after price rebounded or above this 17K level on Friday over here with a lower wick as well. And currently we are doing a retest of this previous breakdown level around 17.6K. So I think we could see some sideways consolidation over here. The resistance holds. Then yeah, there's also some resistance ahead around the 18K level as well, which was this previous this range consolidation highs. Yeah, so over here, I think we're entering into a bit of a resistance area where price could see some kind of sideways price action ahead. Then next one for S&P, so quite similar as well, but we are seeing a bit of bullish signs because over here last Wednesday price actually did a double bottom of this 5,400 level over here with a lower wick. Then afterwards, we could see the price actually retested this breakdown level at 5,590 uh this level over here, but then actually managed to close above it as well. So I think with that, we could see price recovering further towards to retest this 5,650 level over here. Yeah, then that will be the next resistance level. Afterwards will be the previous high over here around 5,670 as well. Yeah, so uh, could be some resistance and near term hit for S&P as well. Okay, the next one is gold. Gold has been a strong performer. It has made a new all-time high towards the end of last week. I think ESO also managed to hit this projected target level of a previous range consolidation over here. I think the target level was around 2,570. Yeah, actually managed to hit above it. Then yeah, so last week there was a breakout of above this consolidation over here between around 2,480 around to about 2,530. Yeah, so momentum still remains very strong. I think with that there is still possible we could still see some higher highs to come uh for gold. Yeah. Then next one is oil. So I think for oil there's some downwards momentum recently, but price sort of found some support. So price initially broke below this support level around 67.5, which was this previous key horizontal level. Then price subsequently recovered back with it, and currently we're still staying above it. So as long as price is still holding above this 67.5 level, for now I think we could see a bit of a sideways consolidation first, but with still resistance from the upside, uh to the upside, like at the $72 level, which was this breakdown level over here. So for now, maybe some sideways price action, but overall still in the downtrend over here for oil. And next one is VIX. So for VIX, I think for now still quite range bound. Yeah. So over here, yeah, it did a bounce towards this level around 23, which was this breakdown level here, and then came down afterward. Also recently broke below this 19.4 level over here as well. So yeah, for now, I think maybe we could see maybe price retest some lower support levels around 15.6, 15.8 over here, then could still just trade in a bit of a range over here for VIX. Okay, then next one is copper. So copper, I think still quite range bound. Price pull back from the 4.2 level and then did a range consolidation over here. Then last week managed to break above this 4.17 level and go upwards again. So I think slightly still quite range bound. Probably still finding some resistance if it does retest this 4.3 level for copper. Yeah, so that's it for the indices and commodities. Then I'll start to talk about the sectors. First up is the FAANGM. So I'll talk about Meta first. Okay, so looking at Meta's chart last week, I think for now looks like we are seeing some recovery after a pullback over here because uh price is still holding this support at 4,498 over here after a double bottom retest on on Wednesday. And then the good thing is also that price did a recovery above this 513 level, which was this breakdown over here, and currently still holding above it. So we are currently seeing some price go above some of these swing highs. For now, still current resistance still around 527, 528 level, which was this previous breakdown over here. And price previously found resistance over here. So maybe we could still see a bit of a sideways for the time being. Then the key is to see whether price breaks above this 528. Then potentially it could go to retest the highs around 540 above it. Yeah. So for now, Meta I think could still be a bit of a range bound for the time being. But overall, I think we could see some recovery if price managed to hold a higher low, especially if it holds above this 510 breakout level over here. The next one for Apple. Okay, for Apple, I think we are seeing some quite range bound, but we're still seeing a bit of weakness because this previous this previous 224, 225 range support level is still holding out as a resistance. Yeah, the overall price action wise recently has been quite range bound, just between 217 to about 224, 225. And currently pre-market is down. We are seeing a bit of a gap down. So I think is currently around near this range support level. We'll see the reaction. If it holds over here, we might still just trade in a bit of range. But then if we are seeing a breakdown below 217, we could see price go to extend a bit of a pullback over here towards the lower levels. Next support level after 217 will probably be around 211, 212, which was this previous this breakout level over here. And next one down will be around 207, 208 around here for Apple. Okay, next one for Amazon. Yeah, Amazon currently I think is looking better because over here there was a range consolidation 170 to 180, and then last week we saw price broke above the resistance above 180, and yeah, currently it's about 186. So for now, maybe still some near-term resistance ahead at 189, this level over here. Yeah, but for now, it's still looking good as long as price can hold above 180 level over here. Yeah, above 189, next resistance is around 194, 195 next for Amazon. Yeah, so for now, we could see maybe a bit of a consolidation with some near-term resistance ahead. Okay, next one is Netflix. So for Netflix, I think it's I think we're looking at a chart, I find it a bit similar to Meta because over here, yeah, it formed like a double bottom retest of this around 660 level, and then price is here a breakout above this resistance at 680. So as long as this 680 holds, I think we could see price go on to retest this resistance close to about 700 to 710, this area again. Yeah, so probably in the range consolidation still, but at a higher area over here if it holds this recent breakout. Okay, then next one is Google. So for Google, currently we are seeing a bit of still price action is still weak, but a bit of a rebound recently. So resistance study still at 159, 160, which was this previous range consolidation breakdown level over here. So likely still some resistance in near term over here. Then support wise will probably be around 151, 152, this area where price recovered from. Yeah, I think likely still seeing some bit of resistance here for the time being if it does a retest of 160. And last but not least, Microsoft. I think Microsoft is looking better after last week. So previously it was in this pullback over here, this short-term channel. Price broke above it, also holding up above 407, 408, which was this previous resistance level. And then we are seeing quite a bit of a strength because on Friday we are still seeing price despite the resistance over here at 426, still managed to break above it. So I think if you can hold this previous swing high, we could still see some strength in Microsoft to go upwards to the next resistance, which is probably around the next level, probably around 438 to 445 zone over here, which was this previous this swing low as well as this previous horizontal support level over here for Microsoft. So overall, I think in terms of chart wise, still looking more of the bullish one for Microsoft. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for the FAANGM. Then I'll move on to the US banks. First up, I will start with the XLF, which is a SPDR financial sector fund ETF. So for XLF, a bit of a pullback recently, but it's still holding at a support level. So yeah, pullback towards to retest this previous resistance at $44. Still holding as a bit of support, but perhaps you could see maybe a bit of a sideways pattern for the time being because there's some resistance, near-term resistance around $45, this level over here, and then afterwards will be the recent highs around 45.8. So maybe a bit of sideways trading afterwards. key is to see whether this level at 44 is an important level to hold. Yeah, for this bullish trend to actually continue. If not, we could see maybe price go towards lower levels like 40, 42.50 to 43 area. So that's for XLF. Okay, then next one I'll talk about is JP Morgan. So JP Morgan, I think is back to retest this key trendline resistance over here in blue. So previously over here, whenever price came to retest this trendline, it actually bounced off as a support multiple times. And then last week there was some weakness after the price didn't manage to hold this 217 level over here, broke below it, here retest, and then on Tuesday there was a long bearish candle that came down all the way down to the support at around this 205 level. Currently a bit of a sideways consolidation over here. So I think the key is to see whether price is able to hold as support over here at this region. Maybe similar, could be something similar over here, where it cuts through it and then subsequently rebounding. So yeah, if it holds as support, I think we could see maybe some rebound, although there's some resistance here near term after this breakdown. Near-term resistance is probably around 213 to 14 area over here. Yeah, for JP Morgan. Let's say if price breaks down, then we could see price it go lower to retest 198, and then next level is around 194 for JP Morgan. Yeah. The next one is for Bank of America. So Bank of America, also a bit of pullback recently. Price is finding resistance from this trend line over here, and then some weakness recently after it broke below this range consolidation support around $40. For now it's retesting this level at 38 over here, which was this breakout level, and then swing low. So still holding a support over here. This support must hold for to do a bit of a range consolidation or to continue this short-term trend over here. Now, if this level breaks, then I think we could see price go down lower towards next supports like 36.50 about. Yeah, so that's for Bank of America, perhaps a bit of a sideways consolidation after this breakdown at $40 recently. Okay, then next one is Wells Fargo. So for Wells Fargo, also weakness recently. We are seeing price break below some supports at 56, as well as over here where it temporarily held 54 as a support, but then also broke down last week. So probably I will count this as a retest of these lows around the $50 mark. A bit of a rebound, but I would expect short-term resistance to exist for 54 level as well as 56 about that. Yeah, so perhaps some rebound will be met with resistance in the near term for Wells Fargo. Okay, then for Citigroup, I think Citigroup also some weakness. Range consolidation breakdown at $60, and then also price broke below this $58 level. Doing a bit of retest over here, we might see some short-term resistance at this area, $58 to $60. Then current support is probably around 56 over here for Citigroup. Yeah, so a bit of weakness as well for general for the financials. Okay, then next sector I'll talk about is the semicons. So first I'll start with the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index (SOX). So looking at SOX, we are seeing a bit of a rebound from support level recently. So price initially broke down over from this range consolidation over here, break below 5,000, came down to retest this area of higher resistance at 4,655. Then we are seeing a bit of a bullish candles come in over here and rebound last week. So for now, I think it's likely to do a retest of this breakdown. So probably 5,000 to 5,100 area, I'm expecting some resistance to come in first from this retest. Yeah, and we might see a bit of a pullback afterwards. And for now, short-term support, I think it's probably at around the 4,850 level about here for SOX. Okay, then I'll talk about the semicon counters. First up, NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, some rebound last week. Price pull back to this prior resistance over here at 107, 108. And we're seeing then a bit of a sideways and price broke out afterwards. So for now, meeting some slight resistance at this level, we can see at 118, 119, which was this breakdown level. And then next resistance level will be this retest of the range breakdown at 123, 124. That will be the next resistance. And so for now, I think we could see a bit of a sideways of slight pullback, some resistance ahead in the short term. Then support will probably be support for now, I think it's probably around 111 to 112 area about it. So yeah, for NVIDIA, there's some short-term resistance from the retest of these previous breakdowns. Then AMD, for AMD also some rebound after price retested its prior resistance at 136. Yeah, some rebound, then also recover above 145 over here to retest this next resistance area where I stay a bit of a consolidation and then afterwards break down. So this area at 152 to 155 is a bit of a resistance. Also, this was a previous swing high over here as well. So I expect a bit of a pullback resistance to act when price retests this area, then some slight pullback and consolidation. Then near-term support is probably 145 to 148 over here for AMD. The next one is TSM. Okay, for TSM, I'm looking like a bit of one of the stronger ones because the price recover back above this breakdown level at 166 over here on Wednesday. Then we went on to do a retest of this range resistance at 175. So I think a bit of we can see a bit of a strength over here where price did like recovery of this breakdown at 166. And then if you put it above 175, I think we could see price go a bit higher in the near term to fill this price gap over here to retest this prior range breakdown resistance, which is at around 183, 184 level as the next resistance. Yeah. Okay, then looking at Marvell. Okay, Marvell, I think we could see still a bit of a sideways. In general, this counter is quite sideways lah. So pullback from key resistance at 78, went on to came back towards this support around 68. Then price did a bit of rebound recently. So yeah, could still be able to do a bit of sideways. Key resistance over here 78 should still be able to hold. You'll still be holding over here, while support in the near term would probably be around 72 this level. Yeah, so I'm still expecting maybe some sideways for Marvell. Then for Micron, I think Micron a bit interesting. I think it's one of the weaker semicons. I think he has been pulling back a lot more than others. But price has started to form a possible range consolidation recently because once he retested this $85 previous swing low over here, I saw that there's quite a few lower wicks that happen over here, and currently it looks like a consolidation between 85 to $91. Yeah, so if price can break above this 91, we could see some short-term recovery towards the retest of these next resistance at 98 next. Yeah, there's also some bullish divergence that I saw lah. When MACD made a higher low, where it did this downward. So let's see. As long as 85 doesn't break down, we could see a bit of a price recovery for Micron in the near term. And for Broadcom, yeah, Broadcom also some strength recently. It's just been going up and breaking through some resistance levels. Which was some levels like 157, 163 over here. So I think with this momentum, we could see price retest this swing high over here, 172. Afterwards, next resistance is 177 about here. Yeah. The shorter support I would think is probably this first level at 160 over here. So one of the stronger ones as well, we can see price just 1, 2, 3, 5 consecutive days of green over here, just breaking through all these levels. Then next, last but not least, I'll talk about Intel. So Intel, I think overall still in this range formation, which is mainly between about $19 to 22 over here. So consolidating at the range support recently, some lower wicks over here. So and today a bit of a cut up. Yeah, so I think for now we still maybe see a bit of a range consolidation. Short-term resistance is probably around 20.5 for the time being. Then afterwards it will be closer to 21.5 to 22. Yeah, so I think we'll still be of a sideways for the time being for Intel. Okay, then last sector is EVs. So first I'll talk about Tesla. So for Tesla, I think I will see this as a bit of a strength because perhaps it looks like a bit of an ascending triangle over here. So the key resistance is still holding around 235, but then we can see that price is forming a series of higher lows along this upward support line. Yeah, and then also some bullish price action where price over here near retest of this resistance at $215, this horizontal resistance, and then afterwards you are seeing some rebound holding as a support. So I think for now we might see a bit of a sideways still over here. As long as it holds this upward support line, I think it's still looking more towards the bullish side. Then let's see whether there's a potential break above 235. Yeah. Then afterwards, next resistance level will be to fill this price gap over here, which is around 247. Yeah, as a first resistance level. Then next one is probably around 256, 257 next. Okay, then next counter is new. New also some strength recently after the results. We saw that broke above this downwards channel over here. Currently, it's doing some consolidation over here. Short-term support is coming at around $5, then resistance currently around 5.6. Yeah, so I think for now, maybe some sideways consolidation. If it can break above 5.6, we could see price going to retest the next higher resistance level, which is around these are $6 to 630 area over here. Yeah, 6 to 630, there's quite a bit of resistance in the past over here for new. Yeah, so for now, it looks like a bit of consolidation. Yeah. Then for Xpeng also looking better recently. Price, since breaking out this range consolidation over here, is moving upwards gradually. Yeah, so perhaps I could draw a bit of a channel. Perhaps I could draw a channel over here. It is trading in this channel over here. Some consolidation for now at this resistance, which is $9. So I think if you can hold a series of these higher lows, still possible for price to break above this resistance to reach. Next resistance is probably around 9.7, then followed by 10.4, 10.5. Yeah. Then next one is Rivian. For Rivian, still range consolidation, I think still nothing much. Yeah, still price is still holding support around 13. Resistance is still around 14.6, 15. Yeah, so still some consolidation for the time being. I think nothing much. Okay, that's it for the sectors. I'll move on to the Q&A portion. I'll take the questions that you all have put in the Q&A. Okay, first question is SMCI. Okay, SMCI. I think some short-term price recovery, but I think some resistance ahead because okay, so price came down, it did stretch, and then it did like I would say here is a double bottom of this bullish candle engulfing it, support 395, and then we're currently seeing some rebound, in the rebound process. So for now, short-term support will probably be this level at around 430 over here. Resistance, there's some resistance ahead, and over here, especially at 485, which was this opening price of this gap down candle over here on high volume. So there's still some resistance ahead over here, and so this was also this previous swing low. 485 was a previous swing low level as well. So I would expect maybe some range consolidation in the short term. It could go a bit higher to retest this resistance, but yeah, could just do a bit of sideways afterwards with some possibility still to form some a bit of higher low in the short term for SMCI. Okay, hi Melvin. Your question is on Disney. Okay, for Disney, okay, Disney is looking like a bit of a sideways for the time being. Uh, yeah, price tried to hold a bit of range consolidation over here at 89.5, then there was a breakdown below. Then last week we saw a bit of a price recovery, so it's still a bit choppy. I would think that it could go to retest these recent highs at 91.80, then could still face some resistance and sideways. So I think for now, the key is to see whether this recent breakout level at 89 to 89.50 area could hold as a support. If can hold a higher low, then it will be better for possible reversal upwards. But for now, still looks like a bit of a range consolidation. Yeah, above 91.80, there's some resistance next at 93.80 about there as well. So I would still think in the short term, maybe some consolidation first. Okay, hi BY. Your counters are Cadence, Design Systems, no Palantir. For Cadence Design, I think for now it looks possibly like a double bottom over here. When price form a double bottom 247. So and then recently we are seeing a breaking of this short-term consolidation at resistance at 255, 256. And currently it's testing this next resistance level at 270. So maybe a bit of a sideways. We can see a bit of resistance here for the time being. So maybe a bit of sideways consolidation. And if we can break above this 270 level again, then we could see maybe price go on to test the next resistance, which was this previous breakdown over here at 280, and followed by 287 over here. Yeah, so maybe a bit of a sideways consolidation first at this first resistance level for Cadence. Okay, then for Snowflake. Okay, for Snowflake, I think price is just a bit of a sideways consolidation since it did a retest of this swing low at 108 and hold as a support. It's still pretty much sideways for the time being. Yeah, some resistance. I think some resistance first still at 115 over here, which was this breakdown level. Price found some resistance, likely to still hold a bit of resistance over here as well. So a bit of sideways consolidation above 115. Next resistance is around 120 to 122 level. So maybe a bit of sideways still. Then for Palantir, yeah, continue to there was this gap out on the news of inclusion into S&P. Momentum still remains good. After this gap out, we are still seeing price a bit of a sideways over here. Then it managed to clear this resistance over here at around 34.80, and then Friday still closed pretty well. So I think with that we could still see price go up, carry on this momentum. Next resistance level, let me see based on the previous levels. Okay, I think next key resistance, this was back in 2021, will probably be this swing high area between 38.20 to about 39, 39.50, 39.60, this area over here. Yeah, that will probably be the next resistance for Palantir. Okay, thanks. Okay, hi, Bu Xiong. Your contacts are VIST, AM, and WAB. Okay, this is Vista Energy. So for Vista Energy, a bit of a short-term weakness currently because price price failed to hold this support at 48.50. So over here, this was a previous range consolidation level. Price broke above it, but then we can see there's some weakness when there's a break below this $50.80 level, and then subsequently broke this next support as well. So yeah, a bit of a pullback for the time being, but I will still expect support to come in to hold currently at this previous resistance at between this around $44 about there. So maybe a bit of a sideways between 44 to 48.50 for the time being. Yeah, a bit of a range consolidation for the time being. Okay, AEM is Technical Eagle Mines Limited. Okay, possibly trading in this rising wedge formation over here, but it's still bullish because we're still seeing this series of higher highs and higher lows being formed, especially recently this pullback towards this trend line support, and then retest of this prior resistance breakout at 77 still holding as support. And then also another sign is that over here this range consolidation, previously this breakdown over here, price kept up and then hold above it, this $80.20 level. So still some momentum. I think overall price could still go higher. Perhaps it could test this trend line resistance again. Short-term resistance could be around 85 to 86 in the near term if we retest this trend line. Yeah, so I think still quite bullish with this sort of price action is showing. Then for WAB, it's a Westinghouse Fabric Technologies Corp. Okay, for this, I think price action still a bit choppy the near term. Key resistance over here 170. Recently price initially broke below this support level at 164. Then Wednesday we saw this recovery above it. So for now, yeah, retest of the resistance still holding. Let's see whether previous. It looks like this is like the all-time high. So if you can hold for now, let's see whether I can hold a higher low or do a build up over here at the resistance. If you can, then I think if it breaks the resistance another time, then we could see a potential breakout. Yeah, because okay, yeah, because I also see something over here with this looks like an inverse head and shoulders over here where it tested the resistance multiple times and then yeah, potential inverse head and shoulder. So maybe another time it breaks above resistance, it could just break out of it. Yeah, so this for Westinghouse, I think it's still overall more towards the bullish side. Okay, next order is MSI, Motorola Solutions. Okay, so Motorola, I think still bullish over here. Yeah, it's price bit of a sideways consolidation, turned into a bit of sideways consolidation recently with some resistance at 448. So support is still holding out as 430. So for now, I'm expecting a bit of range consolidation, maybe some resistance still if it does retest this recent highs at 448. Okay, then for next one is VMK, which is the Marco Joint Stock Company. I'm not sure whether I found the right counter. Maybe you can retype in the chat. in the Q&A below. Thanks. In the meanwhile, I'll talk about other counters first. Next one is TLT, which is the 20 plus years Treasury bond ETF. So I think for TLT, the momentum is still pretty strong. Recently, you can see this as a range consolidation with resistance at 99, and then there was a breakout recently. So I think with that, we are still likely to see price. I think near term wise, we're likely to see price continue to go a bit higher. Towards the next key resistance is around over here at this is 103 will be the key resistance where we can see multiple tests in the past. So that's for TLT. I think overall still doing well with this recent breakout above $99. Okay, then for CLH is Celsius Holdings. And for Celsius, I think for now, overall still in a bearish trend over here. We're seeing a bit of a sideways consolidation recently, so I will still expect some resistance if it does retest this breakdown at 36.50. But then short-term support likely still be holding at around 32 for the time being. So I think probably still a bit of a sideways consolidation for the time being for Celsius. And then next one is Salesforce. So for Salesforce, I think we could be still seeing a bit of a range consolidation. Over here, price tried to gap above, it did a gap up above 265 resistance, but then we're still seeing it get sold down afterwards. So this is still a very key resistance that cannot break. But then we can still see support is still holding at this range level of 246. Yeah, so essentially we're still seeing this 246 to 265 range consolidation taking place. There's some rebound from the support recently after this range consolidation. So I think for now we could still see a bit of further rebound. Some short-term resistance will be at this 257 level, 258, where price was forming this range consolidation before the breakdown. So first retest, we could see some resistance. Then afterwards will be this 265 level again. So overall, I think still some consolidation over for Salesforce. And then next one is Enphase, Enphase Energy. So for Enphase, I think it's still very range bound as well. The main range is actually currently from 101 to about 119. Yeah. And recently price at this support rebounded. There's a bit of a consolidation over here. If can break above, I think we could see price retest some higher levels like 115 existing resistance, then followed by 119 over here. Yeah, so perhaps a bit of a consolidation if you can break above this recent levels like 111, then could go 115 and 119 for Enphase. Okay, then next one is on PayPal. For PayPal, did a bit of range consolidation between 70.8 to 73.20 about there. Then recently there was a breakdown. Then a bit of retest. So over here might still see some bit of resistance. Could still be see a bit of a sideways afterwards. Then with some support still at 68. So I think overall maybe still some consolidation between 68 to about 71 for the time being. The next one is McDonald's. Okay, for McDonald's, I think the bullish trend is still quite intact. Over here, there was a bit of range consolidation that took place between 284 to 292, and then still some strength for the time being. So I think we are still likely to see some highs, this momentum to continue upwards to break above this 297 highs. And we could see some we could see some new highs ahead for McDonald's. Then for United Health, I think still largely in a range consolidation. Since the breakout above this 590 level, still hanging around here. I think still okay. Because we're still seeing some lower weak supports from this prior resistance and support at 584. So still quite range bound in a bit of in the short term. Possibly with resistance at still at 607 here for the time being. Yeah, so I think this breakout is still valid with the support from previous resistance, but maybe a bit of range bound still in the near term. Okay, for Adobe, next one is Adobe. Okay, so Adobe, after results that we saw this gap down, over here, it actually gap down to this previous resistance level, which was 535. So over here, let's see whether that it could be some support coming in. Let's see the follow through from the start of this week. And if there's some support holding at this level, we could see some slight bounce towards short-term resistance would be around 553, this level, which was a previous swing high as well as swing lows range consolidation support. Yeah, then if it breaks below this level, it will hit a bit lower towards next support, it will be around 520, then followed by 505 lows over here. Still a bit of an indecision kind of candle we're seeing after the results. Okay, next one is Viva Systems. For Viva Systems, I think nothing too much. It still looks like a bit of a range consolidation for the time being. Still facing resistance at 224, but I would guess it still probably get support from 212, this support over here. So still be a range bound for the time being. Okay, then for Palo Alto, for Palo Alto, I think price a bit choppy, but yeah, this over here after the breakout of 345, we held a bit of a support. Then there was this gap down. Then price just holding still a bit of resistance at this previous 345 support level. So needs to have this needs to continue to hold above. Then we could see maybe a retest of the short-term resistance at 365 next. And then there's still some short-term support from this 333, this swing low level as well. But I think still okay. Looks like a bit of range consolidation still. As long as it doesn't break below 333, then I think there's still could have a chance of try to claim back 345 and go upwards. Okay, hi Sharon. Counters. I'll talk about Dell. SMCI and Micron I have mentioned it earlier. So for Dell, I think Dell is in a bit of a range consolidation. I think I'm towards the bullish higher side, because previously there was a consolidation 108, there was a support. They did a breakdown over here, but then subsequently we had this price recover above this 108 level quite fast. So over here looks possible false breakdown. With that, this was also this prior level over here. Prior resistance level here as well. So for now, we could possibly see a retest of these highs, this resistance at 116, 117. Yeah, Then if you can break above it, then we could see price retest higher levels, higher resistance like 122 and 120. So for now, still a bit of range consolidation. As long as price doesn't break below 108 in the short term, then I think it's still more towards the bullish side. Okay, for VBK. Okay, VBK is the Vanguard Small Cap Growth ETF. Okay, so for this, some price still a bit choppy as well. So price at first was a breakdown below 253 and we saw recovery last week. So with that, we could see a retest of this key resistance level at 262, 263 in the short term. And then could see a bit of a sideways consolidation kind of movement afterwards as well. Then above 263, this next resistance around 268. Okay, hi James. Your colors for HX, Oracle, and FMC. Okay, for LHX is the L3 Harris Holdings. Okay, for this LHX, I think still quite a bit of range consolidation. It's still, but the recent this bullish formation, I think is still intact because we are seeing this previous resistance level at 225 still holding as a strong support recently. Then resistance is coming from this breakdown level of this like sort of double top. Yeah, so I would still expect a bit of range to continue in the near term in this 223 to 2235. Okay, then for Oracle, oh yeah, Oracle, yeah, after so the results you have this gap up above the main uptrend channel it was trading in. Currently looks like possibly a bit of a profit taking in the short term after this strong gap up over here. So I think probably wait for this candle, this price to probably settle down a bit first. I would still expect a bit of a support to come in from the recent lows at 150 or 155 level. So maybe we could see a bit of a consolidation kind of move first. Okay, then for FMC, it's FMC Corporation. Okay, for FMC, I think this counter it's very much still generally it's quite range bound. And recent price action also quite range because with this previous swing low support, around 59, $60, is still holding as a support. Then we could see price do a bit of a bounce towards to test this range resistance again, around $65. So still quite range in the short term, I feel. Yeah, nothing too much, I think. Okay, comments on Palantir. Is it a good time to sell? Okay, Palantir, just like I mentioned, I think if you're holding a lower price, I think there's probably not there's no clear sell signal yet. I think after this gap out, we call the sort of price action we're seeing, price is still holding above 5-day moving average. Yeah, so I think for now there's still no big hurry to sell unless you see maybe a breakdown below 34.80. Then yeah, if you are looking to take profits, then you can consider some. Yeah, I think the next key resistance upwards is closer to about four. Sorry, it's about $38 next. Yeah, for Palantir. Okay, next one is a Teladoc and GameStop. First one, Teladoc Health. Okay, for Teladoc, I think generally this range bound over here, but price action is trying to break above this resistance at 780 over here. So you can hold above this breakout. We could see some short-term price recovery ahead. Next resistance level is around this area between 8.7 to about $9. Yeah. So yeah, a bit more strength recently. You can hold above the resistance of 7.6 to 7.8. Then I think we could see a bit of a rebound for Taylor. And then for GameStop, for now it looks quite a range. After results we had this gap down. I think there's some supports in the short term is around $19 about there, previous swing low over here as well. So if it does retest, I expect some short term bounce also. So I think still probably gonna be quite sideways, and resistance is around 2280, this region about here as well. Next one is on Ulta Beauty. Okay, for Ulta Beauty, I think still quite range bound as well. After this earnings gap down, price still recover above this single support at 350. Then last week we had this back test and still holding a support. So we might see a retest. The support over here is still valid. We might see a retest of the highs around 390. Over here still holding as a bit of resistance. Yeah, 390 then followed by 398 is next resistance for Ulta Beauty. So for the short term over here, we can see still a bit of a range bound going on. Okay, next one is on DRV, which is that Direction Daily Real Estate Bear 3 times shares. And for this, I think price is still continuously trending down. Looks like it's still facing some resistance from this downwards resistance line, and then price action wise, it's also there was a breakdown below this $25 level as well. So yeah, in general, still very bearish in the short term. Looks like it's new lows as well. Yeah, so short term, I think still quite weak. Then for CLOU is a global cloud computing ETF. Okay, for this, I think also a bit of range bound recently, but a bit of a price recovery. When price did range consolidate over here, then there was a breakout of 19.5 last week. With that, I think we could see price go inch a bit higher towards to retest this resistance area over here again, is around $20 over here. Next one is JPXN, which is the next shares JPX Nikkei 400 ETF. Okay, for this, I think key resistance might come from this trend line over here. So recently some pullback, and then uh just a bit of possible a bit of range consolidation for time being. Uh, then near-term resistance could come from um close to 76 to 77, this area over here. Yeah, so key support the whole is 73. That if it breaks below that, then we could see maybe price go down lower towards like 71, 70 to 71 area for this. Okay, any thoughts on Synopsys, PayPal, and Lily? Okay, for I'll talk about Synopsys and Lily. PayPal I covered earlier. Okay, Synopsys, I think maybe more towards it looks a possible down bottom recently, more towards the bullish side in the short term, because price initially broke below 476 and then subsequently recovered over here, then still holding above it after a few days. So I think a bit of a bullish signal in the short term. So with that, it can break above the resistance this past 2 days around 494, 495. We can break above it. We could see price recover towards next level at 514, about there. Yeah. The next level upwards is at 529. Yeah. So potentially some bit of a recover, a bit of a short-term bounce for Synopsys. Then for Eli Lilly looks a bit range bound for the time being. A bit of slight weakness is that price still kind of resist at 965 this level, and then initially it did a range consolidation, but then there was a breakdown below this 938 support, turning a bit of short-term resistance. So for now, I'm thinking could be doing a bit of a consolidation at a lower range, which is this recent support level, right, close to 895, then short-term resistance at around 935 this area. So maybe a bit of a consolidation over here first. Okay, then next counter is ARM. Okay, for ARM, I think some bullish signals because overall there was this range consolidation between 119, 1 to 136. Then towards later of last week, we saw a breakout of this resistance. So I think we could see some short-term bounce towards this strong previous support breakdown over here, 153 to 157, 158 area over here was a previous strong support. So it should act a bit, sorry, it should act as a bit of a resistance in the near term. Yeah. Then we could see a bit of bounce and afterwards some sideways consolidation thereafter. Then for C3AI, I think still finding some support around the $20.70 level over here, and then after here the earnings kept down but recover back to close above this support as well. Then after some consolidation, was a bit of a breakout to close out this gap. So I think for now, short term wise, possibly some resistance from this previous range consolidation area between like 23 to 24 level. We see a bit of a sideways again take place. And short term support is around about 22 over here. Okay, then for SoFi, I think SoFi um okay, the resistance at around $8 is still holding quite strong, but potentially let's see whether this inverse head and shoulders over here works out. Yeah, possibly it's forming a right shoulder over here. So Q resistance still holding. We must see perhaps a few closes above this to for possible breakout. But for now, still looks like a range uh between like 7 to 790 over here for the time being. Okay, next question is on Cloudflare. So for Cloudflare, I think it's probably still quite range bound because price by the lower level perhaps because price initially was consolidating above this $80 level. Then after there's a breakdown, then still holding a support level here at 75, 76. But possibly finding resistance from this breakdown at 80, 81. So perhaps a bit of range consolidation at a lower range. And the next question is on CrowdStrike. For CrowdStrike, I think probably a bit of a pullback because prior support, this was a strong prior support at 280 about there. Over here, then recently did this retest prior support and the resistance. So some pullback also, then we're seeing a bit of a short slight weakness with this range consolidation support at 262 breaking downwards. Then went on to retest a lower level of previous resistance at 243 because of rebound. So over here, a bit of a breakdown recently, going as a resistance, 260, 265. So perhaps a bit of sideways over here again for CrowdStrike, and by a lower range as compared to here. The next one is SWI. SWI Solar Winds Corporation. I think for this counter, it looks like a range consolidation recently, but some bullish signs is that previous resistance at 12 over here has acted as a support. So as long as these continue to hold at the support, I think we could see a bounce towards the resistance again, $13. Then you can see afterwards whether there's a breakout. Yeah, so as long as this 12 is still holding, I think it's still more towards the bullish side. Okay, next one is ZTS Zotis. Okay, for Zotis, I think generally trading in this uptrend channel over here. Recent price action wise, yeah, still okay lah. I think over here breakout of 184, 185, and price consolidate again. This recent resistance 188 still holding a support. So I think there's still a chance for price to continue, and it's still holding this in bullish pattern. It's still intact. So I think we could still see price trading towards the higher levels. The short-term resistance, if it follows this channel, is around 196. Then horizontal resistance wise, next one is around 198, this level over here for Zotis. Okay, next one is on Novo Nordisk. Okay, for Novo Nordisk, I think recently it's been quite choppy as well. Initially, there was a range 134 over here support. Then there was a breakdown, but price recovered afterwards again. So for now, perhaps it could go on to test the recent highs over here at 139, 140, could face a bit of resistance afterwards and just do a bit of sideways afterwards again. Since it's been doing a bit of sideways, and then previously this 140, there's also quite a bit of strong support. Previously, there was a bit of resistance currently. The next one is on web, this Crane Shares China Internet ETF. A bit of range consolidation recently, still holding support at around 25, close to 25 or there. But resistance is coming from this recent breakdown level at 26. So still a bit of perhaps I think still a bit of range bound over here for the time being. Okay, then FEZ is the Spider DJ Euro Stocks 50 ETF. Okay, for this, I think yeah, a bit of a pullback and recovery over here to retest a level or resistance level around 160. For some slight resistance over here. If I can overcome it, we could see another test of this 5260 swing high over here again. Yeah. Generally, it's a bit of a range, still quite a range bound. Look at the longer term charts. And then QQQ is the tracking Nasdaq. So for this, yeah, some recovery above 460 recent last week, and then doing a retest of this range breakdown support, possibly turning to resistance at 475 for short term. So we'll have a bit of resistance here. We could see a bit of a sideways, then short term support will come from about 1465 about there. Yeah. Then if you can hold above this 475, we could see a retest of 485 over here. Yeah, so still possibly a bit of a sideways kind of pattern. Okay, hi Matthew. Your focus YINN. So YINN is directional daily 3 times. FTSE China Bull 3 times. Also for this, I think I will expect a bit of range for now. Still because this was a swing low support at 19.7, 19.8 over here. Price did retest over here, is still holding a support. So there's some rebound. And then short-term resistance will come from this range consolidation breakdown at 2160, first resistance level. Afterwards, next one is this next level at 2310. Yeah, so perhaps when it hits this retest, we could see maybe some sideways consolidation first. If RSV is this E-mini Russell 1000 value index futures. So for this, after the breakdown over here, close to 1820, then currently doing a retest. We see a bit of resistance in the short term. Over here, then if it overcomes, you could see a retest of this 1853 swing high again. Okay, for SQQQ, which is the ProShares Ultra Pro Short QQQ, some weakness recently. So price was a bit of rebound wave over here, but then this support level at $9 couldn't hold, and price slid downwards, and then next level over here at 8.5 also couldn't hold. So yeah, we could see a bit of a slight, potentially we could see a bit of a slight weakness to retest the recent lows around 7.8 over here before a bit of a slight bounce could happen. The next one is TLTW, which is this iShares 20 plus year treasury bond buy right strategy ETF. For this continues, we still continue this bullish trend upwards. Next key resistance level is probably at this 2750 over here, then followed by the previous range resistance around 20, close to 28 over here. So could still go up a bit higher with this bullish trend over here. Okay, sorry, I think it's about 9:15. I'll just stop here for today. Unfortunately, there's still some questions there's in the Q&A that I don't have enough time to answer. But thank you for dropping your questions. I'll just stop sharing my screen right now, and then I'll share some the link for the survey as well as the poems group. So give me a moment. Yeah, so I dropped in the chat. There's a survey form link. Can feel free to fill up the survey to leave any feedback on today's session. How you can improve your experience in the future. Also, feel free to join our Poems 3 Telegram group Poems 3 community group on TA if you haven't. I'll post some TA content over there time to time. You can also ask questions if you have any TA questions. I'll answer them when I see. Then also feel free to join our Poems TA Telegram group at Poems TA as well. So I think that's it for today's webinar. Yeah, thank you for all your questions and attending today's session. I hope to see you again in the future. Hope you have a safe week trading ahead. Market's a bit volatile recently. I think I noticed some of the price action can be a bit choppy, so I just do keep a lookout. If you're holding any positions or looking to trade. Have a good night ahead and see you again next session. Bye bye.